Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Yesterday, something very interesting happened in Baringo. Edwin Sifuna, alongside other leaders, including the president, attended the burial of William Cheptumo, the senator for Baringo. After the burial, everybody left. And while Edwin Sifuna was leaving, he was stopped by a group of youths. And these young people delivered a strong message to Raila Odinga. They actually asked Edwin Sifuna to pass the message. Listening to this message, the youth delivered to Raila Odinga.
Baringo mnasema baba afanye nini? Azizikane na nani? Basi ujumbe.
So in this video, I want us to understand that message the youth of Baringo delivered to Raila Odinga through Edwin Sifuna. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, beginning tomorrow, running until Sunday, is going to be a defining week for one Raila Odinga. Because Raila Odinga is going to make a decision which is going to either destroy his political career once and for all, or is going to propel Raila Odinga's career to the greatest heights. Raila Odinga will tell Kenyans whether he's going to run for the presidency, whether he's going to retire from politics, and of course, whether he's going to support the candidature or the re-election of William Ruto as the next president of the Republic of Kenya again. But from all indications, majority of Kenyans believe that Raila Odinga is likely to endorse William Ruto's re-election. And the truth is, majority of Kenyans do not want that to happen. And that's why the youths from Baringo delivered that message to Raila Odinga. And I've been asking myself, what is really happening? So for me, I want to interpret the message by the Baringo youths as follows. Number one, William Ruto's popularity is currently very low. And if I were William Ruto, I'd not bother much about any other thing. I'll focus on understanding why his popularity is currently very low. Remember, William Ruto is the president as we speak. Baringo County is his own region. In the last election, for example, William Ruto got 174,000 votes in Baringo. Raila Odinga got 41. I didn't know Raila got that good percentage from Baringo, which was around 20%. Ruto got around 80%. But the fact that the youth from Baringo can gather courage from their stage and deliver that kind of a message to Raila Odinga through Sifuna is something that should actually worry William Ruto in my view. His popularity is very low. In fact, the other day I was talking to someone and we were just discussing general politics. And for me, I told him that as much as I might not fully support the move by Raila Odinga, but I think at his age, Raila Odinga is just right. If he is planning to exit politics, then it would be better for him to leave his people in government. But if he's planning to run again, then the best move would be to actually dump William Ruto right now. But I think the fact that William Ruto's popularity is very low across the country, now confirmed by Baringo, is something which should worry William Ruto. Number two, I think there's also some general consensus in the Republic of Kenya today, for those who follow politics closely, that Kenyans want to remove William Ruto from office, majority of them. And who can remove William Ruto from office? That is something which is giving most Kenyans serious political headache. And most Kenyans believe that Raila Odinga is actually the one who can help them remove William Ruto from office. A kind of a transitional president. But Raila Odinga, they're not seeing Raila Odinga as someone who is supporting William Ruto. So the Baringo youths, in my view, their statement were like, we want to remove Ruto. You are the only obstacle. Why don't you come and contest? This is your chance. In fact, there are people who believe that if Raila Odinga had the best chance for running for the presidency, then it is now. But as long as he's continuing to associate with William Ruto, that chance is blowing up. I remember the other day, Edwin Sifuna, Caleb Amisi, and Ososi were in Bungoma when they were opening some ODM offices there. And they asked the residents there what Raila Odinga should do. The answer was resounding.
Niko na swali. Muko tayari? Bungoma muko tayari? Baba ako na njia mbili. Nataka nitaje njia ya kwanza, unasema no ama yes. Njia ya kwanza ni kusapoti Ruto aendelee.
Number three, I think the Kenyan youth are feeling the heat of the state of economy. It's biting. And the fact that William Ruto made a promise to them that he was going to deal with the issues of unemployment immediately took over. And nothing much has happened. I think they are very angry and very bitter. I don't know the formula William Ruto is planning to use, because his strategy for me is very simple. Ruto is planning to use Raila Odinga to help him win. But if his own backyard is telling Raila Odinga not to join him, why would that happen? That can only happen as a result of two things. Number one, the politics of betrayal. If the people feel that this guy has betrayed us. And number two, the state of economy. As we speak currently, Kenya Kwanza has gotten everything wrong. The state of economy is so bad that Kenyans have stopped doing whatever they are doing just to try and figure out how to remove William Ruto. That's why today, when I saw Ruto giving some 20 million Kenya shillings in a church, I actually sympathized with the president. And I concluded that William Ruto is not keen, is not following the conversations Kenyans are having amongst themselves. Because you give 20 million Kenya shillings, because you give 20 million Kenyan shillings, then you promise another 100 million Kenyan shilling to a church. That is 120 million Kenyan shillings. When how many people are in that church? If you are just to decide to pay for their insurance, what do they call insurance, for the whole 2 years, all church members, that would make sense. Which means if that Ruto can do that to a single church, there is no need for him to ask more money from Kenyans. He has enough money to just fund some of these activities. So the state of economy is so bad and Kenyans are very angry and very bitter. Number four, I think the Gen Z rage is still there. And allow me to deliver this bad news to Ruto or to some extent Raila Odinga. If you believe that the Gen Zs will forget about everything, I don't think these Gen Zs are going to sustain this pressure until the next election. And lastly, I want to assume that these youths have one fear. And that's why they are addressing Raila Odinga directly. And the fear is that they are planning to remove Ruto, but they believe that the only person still stopping them from removing Ruto from office is none other than Raila Odinga. And that's why they are like, Raila, Please.
We have our eyes on the target as opposition, and our target is William Ruto. We have always made that very clear. Now the problem is sometimes we are aiming at the target alafu Raila anapita hapo, so we miss motivation. That's the problem we have. And sometimes, you know, have you ever seen a marksman? He's just almost there, and then now Raila anasa, we say you're told hold your fire because you don't want to shoot him because you don't understand what he's doing there.
He's straying into the path of fire.
So what we are trying to tell Baba, please, I want you to declare what you want. We want to know how to deal with you, so that as we are throwing our jabs at Ruto, so that if you are hit by one in the process, then you will not say we hit you badly, because we want it to be very clear that you are with the person that Kenyans are trying to fight. Therefore, if we put you in the same bandwagon that wachape nyinyi wote, then there's no mistake. Otherwise, you might have been going there for a cup of tea and then you are hit by things that were not meant for you. So, Baba, please make your stand very, very, very clear. Even his supporters, Bunge la Wananchi and all the others, they are very confused. They don't know where to place Baba. And they don't know how to deal with Baba right now. Because this amorphous outfit, this amphibian, it's in water and it's on land. Now, we don't want that kind of a creature called a frog that can survive both on water and land. We want a very, very clear thing. We want to know we are dealing with an eagle that's in the air, or we are dealing with a mammal that's on land, or completely a fish that lives in water. Right now, Baba has become an amphibian. He's in water and he's on land. And it's very hard for us. So, sisi tunaomba tu your statement alisema. Akuje aseme very clearly, I'm with William Ruto. Sisi tuweke kwa kikapu moja, tuanze kulima kabisa sasa bila kusama hao. Ama akuje atuambie we are not with William Ruto, then tumwambie sasa kaa pande hii, so that we all join in the force. But because for us it's very clear what we want. We want to remove William Ruto from presidency through the ballot. And anybody else who comes with any other idea is not welcome in a constitutional democracy, because we don't want to turn Kenya into anarchy. I've always made that very clear.
Don't support that guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. And by the way, Raila Odinga has landed in Mombasa. Raila Odinga on Saturday was in Busia. Yesterday, just like I told you, Raila Odinga met with Kalonzo Musyoka. Before that, Raila Odinga was in Kisumu, he was in Siaya, he was in Migori. And I'm looking at it and comparing it to Kalonzo Musyoka. When was the last time you saw Kalonzo Musyoka outside there trying to campaign? When? Because the last time I saw him, can't remember what he was doing. Ladies and gentlemen, if Kalonzo and the group are interested in removing Ruto from office, they must get out of their comfort zone and start coming up with the strategies which they can actually use to send William Ruto home. Because based on what I'm seeing, Raila Odinga, who's been out of the country campaigning for his AU seat, coming back with that limelight, has covered more ground than the combined groundwork done by the opposition. That is Kalonzo, Matiang'i group, Jeremiah Kioni. Something is wrong somewhere. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.